Monday Morning House Calls, sponsored by UK Healthcare.
All right, welcome back to Mountain News this morning. We're joined here with Dr. Fran Hughes from UK Healthcare, and today we're talking about diabetes. And I know everyone's heard of diabetes. It's a pretty common disease amongst a lot of people, but what exactly is diabetes?
Diabetes occurs when your pancreas is not able to either make enough insulin or it stops making insulin altogether. Your blood glucose levels will stay high, and for some reason your body just becomes insensitive to the insulin that is produced.
Yeah, and I know there's two different types, type 1 and type 2. What are the difference between those two?
Type 1 diabetes occurs very young or very early in life in younger children. This occurs because of some sort of autoimmune reaction. The pancreas just stops making insulin. Scientists think it's probably a viral infection or some sort of environmental insult. Type 2 diabetes is the type that we see more frequently, and that's in your older population when your body just becomes insensitive to the insulin that you make.
Yeah, and I know I've heard for most of my life actually that if you eat a lot of sugar, you can develop diabetes as you get older. Is that true?
Well, dietary problems or dietary issues can definitely increase your risk of becoming diabetic. So if you eat a lot of carbohydrates, which are breads, potatoes, and pastas, and then all the cakes and sweets that we like too, then that definitely can play a factor in it.
All the good stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
What are some symptoms of diabetes?
Symptoms include excessive hunger, thirst, excessive urination. Sometimes patients will complain of a lot of fatigue, and they can either have a weight gain or a weight loss as well.
And how is diabetes diagnosed?
You need to go see your doctor if you think you're having symptoms of diabetes, but there are a couple of different blood tests that we can do. We can check a fasting blood sugar, which means you haven't had anything to eat or drink for about 8 hours, and we want to see that less than 124. If you just come in complaining of feeling bad, we can check a random blood sugar, and it needs to be less than 200. And then there is a 3-month test called a hemoglobin A1C, and that needs to be less than 6.5. If any or all of those are abnormal, then you're classified as a diabetic.
Oh, wow. Okay, and what are some risk factors of diabetes?
Advanced age, obesity. If you have a family history of diabetes, because it can run in families, or if you were when you were pregnant, for females, if you had a history of gestational diabetes, like during your pregnancy, then that's also another risk factor for it.
And is that a common thing, getting that while you're pregnant?
It's fairly common. Again, there are different risk factors for that in itself, but we definitely know that if you do have gestational diabetes, you're at a higher risk later in life to develop diabetes.
All right, well, very good information there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with more Mountain News this morning.